3 miles and 2 furlongs, the Hennessy. We've seen some memorable battles here for this race, and indeed this could be another one. John Joe Neal really knows this old horse and loves him. I think it'll be a very sentimental victory if he wins, but he's still carrying a fair bit of weight, you know, despite having had a couple of runs to date. Bregawn there is on the left, on the right as we look at it, left of the fence as they look at it, and the green colours there. Bregawn, not all that big, but and very little neck in front of him, and his jumping has improved no end. He's really put it together now, but because of his make and shape, he does land rather steeply, and that used to be his undoing, but now he's got it right. Second in last year's Gold Cup, and 2 wins from 2 runs so far this season.
Bregawn still favourite, 9-4. Captain John 5-1 with Night Nurse. Leslie Ann 9-1. Megan's Boy 10s. Corbier 11-1. Earthstopper and Sea Captain 16-1. Straight Jocelyn and Scott Lane both 20-1. Bold Argument 33s.
White flag up to under starters orders for the 26th running of the Hennessy Gold Cup. 21 fences to be jumped, 3 1/4 miles. Bregawn being led as he usually is at this point. And journeying in to join the others now, and they're away. And Corbier, the first to show from Bold Argument and Night Nurse and Sea Captain and Scott Lane, and Straight Jocelyn and Earthstopper and Bregawn and Captain John as they jump the first, and Leslie Ann jumps it a little bit slowly, and they're all safely over and racing towards the second. Night Nurse and Bold Argument disputing it with Corbier on the inside, Bregawn right up there, and then Earthstopper and Scott Lane and Sea Captain and Captain John all safely over it. Leslie Ann once again just a little bit on the slow side at that one. Night Nurse going up on the outside at the third to take a marginal lead now from Bold Argument and Corbier on the inside. Leslie Ann once again skies that one, is a little bit slow at it. Bregawn now disputing the lead as they come to the next. This is the fourth. Bregawn, Night Nurse, Corbier on the inside, Bold Argument, Straight Jocelyn all safely over it. Night Nurse, Bregawn, Corbier, Straight Jocelyn, Earthstopper just in behind them as they jump the fifth. Night Nurse and Bregawn from Corbier, and another mistake there by Leslie Ann, and a long run now to the next fence, which will be the cross fence on the first circuit in the Hennessy, beginning to swing left-handed now, and going a good even gallop they are too. Corbier on the inside of Night Nurse, with Bregawn right up there. Just in behind them comes Earthstopper and then Sea Captain. Then Straight Jocelyn on the inside of Scott Lane as they race towards this cross fence. Night Nurse now with the advantage, number 6. Night Nurse jumps it in the lead from Bregawn second, Earthstopper third, Corbier 4 on the inside. Bold Argument not far behind the leaders. Racing into the straight on the first circuit, and the old veteran, the top weight, Night Nurse, 11 years old and bidding to become the first 11-year-old to win it since Rondetto back in 1967, as they come to the 6th now. Night Nurse, the 7th rather, Night Nurse from Bregawn, a little between the two. Night Nurse, Bregawn second. Then Bold Argument right up there, Corbier over on the far side showing with his white face, Earthstopper right up with the leaders too as they come to the second ditch. Night Nurse, Bregawn, Corbier, Bold Argument, Earthstopper, Captain John, Sea Captain, Straight Jocelyn, Megan's Boy, Scott Lane, Leslie Ann. Over number 9. Night Nurse from Bregawn and Corbier. Then Bold Argument and Captain John and Sea Captain, Straight Jocelyn, Earthstopper, Scott Lane, Megan's Boy and Leslie Ann. Number 10, Night Nurse from Bregawn and Corbier, showing with his white face over on the far side as they race down to the water for the only time. Corbier with the advantage now over Night Nurse. Bold Argument on the near side. Bregawn, Earthstopper and Sea Captain and Scott Lane and Captain John as they jump the water. Night Nurse comes to jump it in the lead fractionally from on the inside Corbier, then Bold Argument, then Captain John and Bregawn and Sea Captain and Earthstopper. Scott Lane and then Straight Jocelyn, Megan's Boy, and Leslie Ann as they go out into the country for a final circuit now in the 1982 Hennessy Gold Cup. It's Corbière on the inside of Night Nurse. Bregawn is third. Stopper is 4 and 5 as Sea Captain. 6 and 7 as Scott Lane and Bold Argument. Then comes Captain John and Megan's Boy, Straight Jocelyn and Leslie Ann, and all in with a chance. And there it was Corbière who jumped it in the lead from Night Nurse in second, Bregawn, and then Stopper on the inside, then Scott Lane as they come to the third of the 4 ditches now. Corbière jumps it in the lead from Night Nurse, Bregawn, Stopper, Captain John going well just in behind him. Then comes Scott Lane. The pace has quickened. Coming to another plain one over on the far side. Number 14 of the 21. Night Nurse and Corbière together. Little between the two. A slight mistake by Night Nurse though. Then comes Stopper. Behind him is Bregawn on the outside. Then Captain John showing prominently with Scott Lane upsides. They're coming to the 7th from home now. Corbière on the inside lands in the lead from Captain John, who now goes up second. Then his stable companion Bregawn. Then Night Nurse. Then Stopper, then Scott Lane, then Sea Captain, then Straight Jocelyn, then Megan's Boy. This is 6 from home. Corbière on the inside of Captain John. Captain John, Corbière, Bregawn, then Stopper. These 4 now ahead of Night Nurse, Scott Lane, Sea Captain, Straight Jocelyn, Megan's Boy, Leslie Ann, and then Bold Argument swinging left-handed. Corbière, Captain John and Bregawn being chased by Stopper. Then Scott Lane making ground with Sea Captain also. Megan's Boy is in close touch, and then comes Straight Jocelyn as they race towards the cross fence now. Night Nurse has lost a lot of ground. Coming to the cross fence, Corbière on the inside, 5 out from Captain John on the far side. Between horses, Bregawn, who didn't jump it so well, and it's Captain John in the lead now, and Stopper a faller there. Stopper fell at the cross fence, and it's Captain John in the lead from Corbière and Bregawn. Then comes Megan's Boy improving from 4th position. Then comes Sea Captain, then Scott Lane racing down to the 4th last fence now in the Hennessy, and it's Corbière, Captain John, Bregawn, and Megan's Boy still making progress. Captain John looks as though he's going to land in the lead, lands in the lead from his stable companion Bregawn. Then comes in 3rd place Corbière, then Megan's Boy still making progress under pressure as they come to the final ditch now. And it's Captain John and Bregawn, the 2 Michael Dickinson stable companions from Megan's Boy, who jumps into 3rd now. Corbière is 4, 5 as Sea Captain coming down to the 2nd last fence now. Bregawn and Captain John from Megan's Boy. Bregawn lands in the lead from Captain John on the far side. Megan's Boy makes a mistake. Sea Captain improving. Corbière still trying to get back in the picture, but coming to the final fence now. And it's Bregawn, the favourite, from his stable companion Captain John. These 2, the Michael Dickinson duo, Bregawn and Captain John. There's very little between them. A mistake there by Bregawn. Hands the initiative now to Captain John. And racing into the closing stages, it's Captain John with Bregawn renewing his challenge. Racing into the closing stages, Bregawn is beginning to get up. Here's Glass Cunning as they race to the line. Bregawn is going to win it. And at the line, Bregawn wins the Hennessy. 2nd is Captain John. 3rd, Sea Captain. 4 and 5 are Megan's Boy and Corbière. And then came Straight Jocelyn and Bold Argument and Scott Lane. And so the result of the 1982 Hennessy Cognac Gold Cup. First, number 2, Bregawn, owned by Mr. J. Keneally, trained by Michael Dickinson, ridden by Graham Bradley. 2nd was number 6, Captain John, owned by Mr. F. Amami, trained by Michael Dickinson, ridden by Robert Earnshaw. And 3rd was number 10, Sea Captain, owned by Mr. Geoffrey Reeve, trained by Richard Head, ridden by Steve Smith Eccles. And 4th was number 11, Megan's Boy. Let's see them from the 4th last as they race home with Julian Wilson.
Well, what a terrific race this was, and it was always from a long way out really going to be a Dickinson 1-2. At the cross fence, the horse who came to grief was Stopper, who'd given George Stone a great ride up till then. That's him on the right of the 2nd group there. Jumped the fence perfectly, but came down too steep, and George just couldn't pick him up, and he's unfortunately thrown him under the heels of another of the leading horses. That left 3 horses in contention up front. Bregawn on the left on the outside, Corbière, who'd cut out a lot of the running, and Captain John, who'd been rushed up by his rider at the 7th last to join the leading group and led from the 7th last until into the straight. Graham Bradley on his heels here, just about a length behind his stable companion, and creeping up on the inside there, Peter Scudamore and Megan's Boy to get him into contention. And also starting to make ground from the back is Sea Captain. At the first in the straight, and Captain John's over there, and Graham Bradley just gives his mount a little slap down the neck, and this is where the two of them draw clear of Corbier and Megan's Boy. From now on, it's going to be a Michael Dickinson 1-2 bar a fall. This is the last ditch, and they both jump it brilliantly, with Captain John just about half a length in the lead. And from now on, it looked as though it was going to be a test of speed and a test of class. So often, Captain John's jumpings let him down from now on. It certainly didn't today. At the second last, they're in the air together again, absolutely together, and they both jumped it well. And now it's down to the last fence, but clearly here, Bregawn is going the better. He's going the stronger. He's the class horse of the race, the Gold Cup runner-up, and it looked as though he'd only just got to jump the last to win the race. But how nearly he's thrown it away. He's come into the last with a length advantage, and look what happens now. He just seemed to falter going into it. He staggers on landing. His rider almost goes out of the side door. And from being a length up, he is suddenly 3 lengths down. And it looked as though he'd lost, thrown away the Hennessy Gold Cup. But this is where his class comes into play, because Captain John, for all his ability, can't quicken at the end of the race. But Bregawn can, and he does. And driven by Graham Bradley, he quickens in such style that he makes up that 3-length deficit into a 3-length advantage to win a famous race. Bregawn the winner, Captain John second, Sea Captain third.
Well, what a remarkable day for Michael Dickinson. Only his second runners, these two, as a trainer in the Hennessy Gold Cup. He was second last year with Political Pop. He won earlier this afternoon with Batsford Boy at Market Raisin, won with Halleck's Pep at Catterick. So his score for the season already at 26. Bregawn the winner from his stable companion Captain John, and the starting prices as follows.
First, number 2, Bregawn, 9-4 favourite. Second, number 6, Captain John, 9-2. Third, number 10, Sea Captain, 14-1. First, number 2,